Let's settle a debate, shall we? Today, we're going to rewind the clock and get a real, clear look at the absolute peak of a footballing titan, Cristiano Ronaldo. This whole conversation got fired up again because of this pretty bold claim from Eden Hazard. He said he had more natural talent than Ronaldo. And what's crazy is, a lot of people actually agreed with him. And that really makes you wonder, in remembering the man, have we maybe forgotten the monster he was on the pitch? Has time kind of softened our memory of just how unbelievably dominant he was at his very best? To really understand that peak, you've got to go back to where it all began, at Manchester United. And this wasn't just some stepping stone for him. No, this was the forge. This is where a flashy, talented kid was hammered into a global superstar. His rise wasn't just fast. It was, well, explosive. He shows up from Sporting as a teenager, and almost overnight, he just evolves. By 2007, he's smashing the 20-goal barrier, he's powering United to a Premier League title, and then just 1 year later, boom, he's holding his first Ballon d'Or. The guy's career went vertical. And just look at this. In the 2006-2007 season, he pulls off something just absurd. A total clean sweep of English football's biggest individual awards. His fellow players, the fans, and the writers all said he was the best. And just for good measure, they named him the best young player, too. This wasn't just a great season, it was basically a historical anomaly, something that highlights his early, suffocating dominance, because no player before or since has ever managed to pull off that clean sweep of all 4 awards. He wasn't just collecting awards, either. He was literally rewriting the history books. He shattered a record set by the legendary George Best, a record that had stood for 40 years for the most goals by a United winger in a season. A club icon's benchmark, just completely blown away. So after conquering England, he moves to Real Madrid. And this wasn't just a transfer, it was a seismic event. An event that would totally redefine what a modern superstar could even be. The price tag said it all, a world record fee. Real Madrid wasn't just buying a player, they were making a massive statement. They were investing in a global icon who they believed was about to take over the entire world of football. And the fans? Ugh, they felt it too. A staggering 80,000 of them crammed into the Santiago Bernabeu just for his unveiling. That's more people than showed up for Maradona's legendary welcome at Napoli. The expectations were just astronomical. And of course, he delivered. Instantly, he snatched the Pichichi Award for being La Liga's top scorer, becoming the first player in the league's entire history to smash the 40-goal barrier in a single season. Right away, the tone was set. Okay, so this is where things go from world class into a territory that's just, well, unbelievable. We are now entering the era of prime Ronaldo, a time defined by statistics that honestly look like typos. Now, to really get what he did next, you need a little bit of context. Before he came to Spain, for an elite, top-of-the-line striker to have a fantastic, career-defining season, they'd be expected to score about 20 to 30 goals in all competitions. That was the benchmark. That was the absolute gold standard for the very best strikers on the entire planet. And then he didn't just break that standard, he completely obliterated it for 6 consecutive seasons. Let that sink in. 6 years in a row, he scored over 50 goals. He didn't just raise the bar, he personally redefined what a great season even meant. Now, he wasn't alone, of course. He formed the legendary BBC trio with Gareth Bale and Karim Benzema. And it was tactical perfection, really. You had Bale's insane pace stretching defenses, Benzema's genius link-up play creating space, and all of it was designed to funnel the ball to Ronaldo, the ultimate apex predator. But his absolute dominance was never more obvious than in his own personal playground, the Champions League. In the 2013-14 season, he scored a record-shattering 17 goals, leading Madrid to their long-awaited 10th European Cup, La Decima. And as you can see, he doesn't just hold the record, he's got second place on lockdown too. Okay, so let's do a little quick-fire round of some of his most insane records, because this is where the sheer scale of his career really snaps into focus. During his prime, he just blew past 500 career goals for his clubs and his country. That is a monumental milestone that very, very few players in history have ever even gotten close to. And his goals weren't just numerous. They were spectacular. In fact, he won the first ever FIFA Puskás Award for the best goal of the year, all thanks to that unbelievable long-range thunderbolt he hit against Porto for Manchester United. He was named UEFA's best player in Europe 4 times. 4. That's more than any other player in history. It's just a stunning testament to his relentless, year-after-year excellence at the absolute highest level. And then there's the ultimate record. He has scored more official goals than any other player in the entire history of football. So statistically, he's not just a great goal scorer. He is the greatest, period. But his career isn't just about the cold, hard stats. What about the magic? I mean, who could forget his bicycle kick against Juventus? It was so perfect, so outrageously athletic, that the rival Juventus fans actually gave him a standing ovation. Commentators didn't even know what to say. They just called it a PlayStation goal. Which brings us right back to the start. Was it just raw talent, like Hazard suggested? Or did we actually witness something far rarer? A player who took his incredible gifts and fused them with an unmatched, almost obsessive work ethic to forge himself into a statistical force of nature, the likes of which we may never, ever see again.